Hey guys, Sean here and welcome to the F1 Word. So after 3 very long winter months, Formula 1 is back with pre-season testing in Barcelona. In today's testing roundup, I'll be covering the lap times, the mileage and of course the main talking points of the day. Kicking us off then and first thing this morning, Force India revealed their 2018 car and they've stuck with pink, but it is definitely a much more striking shade. There is no news as of yet of a name change for the team that is expected before the Australian Grand Prix, so for now, they are still Force India. Shortly after that launch, and Toro Rosso pulled the covers off the STR13, their challenger for 2018 and their first car to be powered by Honda, of course. The team seemed very positive about their 2018 chances, and through the whole of the winter, they've been pretty much the butt of everybody's jokes in terms of reliability because of that switch to Honda, but hold that thought. In terms of its livery and look, it is pretty much the same as last year, although there have been changes to the teamwear, but once again, all in all, a very good-looking car. Also, very quickly, Haas have now officially unveiled their 2018 car, and as expected, Red Bull unveiled more traditional colours for their race livery for this season. Let's have a look then at how they finished the first test. I should say, first off, ignore the lap times. They mean nothing at this time of year. It is all about the mileage. However, it was Daniel Ricciardo who topped both of them with the fastest lap of the day, plus 105 laps, 5 more than the total that Red Bull were aiming for, although the last 10 or 15 were pretty much trundling around in wet conditions. But hey, there's still laps on the board, and that is brilliant for Red Bull. Valtteri Bottas took the morning session for Mercedes. He racked up 58 laps with Kimi Räikkönen, his Ferrari, doing 80 throughout the course of the day. Nico Hülkenberg ended up a solid 4th with 73 laps on the board, and with his teammate in 6th, it was a total of 99 laps for Renault, so a really good day for them. Fernando Alonso only managed 51 laps for the entire day. However, there were reasons behind that, which we will come to in just a moment. Lewis Hamilton was in the Mercedes for the afternoon session. He did 25 laps with Brendan Hartley, racking up a total of 93 laps and no technical problems with that engine whatsoever. So for the first day of testing at least, Honda have proved their critics wrong, but there is still a long way to go. Williams were another team that split their drivers through the day. Lance Stroll did the morning and managed to get 46 laps on the board. Sergei Sirotkin, though, he finished 13th with just 28 laps. But all of those drivers that ran in the afternoon really did draw the short straw because the weather was not up to scratch and it was just not worth the teams going out. Nothing was going to be representative for them. So he really missed out. And you could tell from the lap times, Williams were trying something completely different to everyone else. So once again, we have to just ignore those times. Romain Grosjean got 55 laps on the board for Haas, with Marcus Ericsson getting 63 for Sauber, and what was pretty solid running for them throughout the day, to be honest. And finally, Nikita Mazepin only managed 22 laps in the Force India, although I think, as I've already said, that probably was more to do with the weather than anything else. Fernando Alonso then, and after all the hype of the winter and the excitement around testing for McLaren for the first time in 3 years, really, it all kind of got off to a very bad start. Alonso span out in the final corner after losing his rear wheel, with Zak Brown stating it was caused by a defective wheel hub. I think at that point as well, he'd only got 10 laps on the board, so for him to be able to recover to a total of 51 is not bad at all. A frustrating start for him and McLaren, but it's better that it happens there than in the first corner in Australia, obviously, and there is still plenty of testing time left yet. One final thing on Fernando Alonso then, and I believe his fastest time of the day was actually set on a lap where he cut the final chicane going round at Toro Rosso. So not really a massively representative time, but probably quite sweet for him. One of the other big talking points of the day, or at least it seemed that way on social media, is that the cars appear 2 to 2.5 seconds quicker than they were this time last year. Now, part of that will be down to the track resurfacing and, of course, the general evolution of these cars. This is only the second season with these aero regs, so the cars are going to get quicker. But it does look very promising for the 2018 season. With so little track time, particularly in the afternoon, all attention turned to the paddock and what team principals and drivers had to say. And Christian Horner is already raising concerns about Renault's direction in 2018. I believe from what he said, his biggest concern is they may have compromised their start to the season because of their focus on reliability rather than power. However, I would say in Renault's defence, based on the issues they had last year, it's probably the best way forward for them because reliability was atrocious, particularly towards the back end of 2017, but throughout the season as a whole. He's also got the politics started earlier with a little dig at Mercedes and Ferrari, saying they're basically working as one team. So posturing has already started and we're only at day 1 of pre-season testing. I think for me, though, the biggest talking point of the day has got to be Brendan Hartley, Toro Rosso and Honda 93 laps on the board, as I was saying at the start there, really going against everything that we've been saying through the winter. Many people expecting him to struggle through testing, struggle through the season, and they turn up and basically put the car and engine through 1.5 race distances around Spain. It is very early days, it is only day one of test one, but when you compare it to the last 3 years of testing that Honda have had, it's definitely a massive improvement. That's possibly understatement of the year so far. But can they keep it up? We will find out tomorrow when Pierre Gasly gets his chance. That is it from me. I will be back tomorrow with a roundup of the second day of the first test. But in the meantime, you can follow me on social media. Links to Facebook, Twitter and Discord are all in the description down below. But as ever, thank you for watching. I've been Sean. This has been the F1 Word. And until next time, goodbye.